what went on for all those months when it was, we can't fire the officers, we can't fire the officers, we can't fire the officers. Then all of a sudden one day we get an officer fired, right? So what's the deal there? Well, we've seen the FOP contract that tells us the disciplinary process. We've seen the statutes that the mayor kept citing, and we know that he could fire them under those statutes. But then there was this memo of understanding released that was kind of this quiet hush-hush agreement between the police and the city that was put together by the county attorney, which gave this interpretation of a statute that was not the interpretation, that basically made it tougher to suspend actually without pay, not fire. They've got all the information. They knew what happened the first day. They had enough to fire Brett Hankison the first day. We all saw, this isn't lawyering right here. We all saw the window. We all saw the patio. We all saw the pictures inside the house. It looked like a freaking, it looked like Baghdad in there. And then he leaves the scene. And I don't care if it was nefarious or not. You do not leave the scene of an officer-involved shooting in which you just shot blindly into a house. There is no protection for something like that. And at worst, what everybody needs to remember too is that if these officers get fired, they have recourse. So you fire them, and if they want to go present their case, and if it's compelling, you bring them back, and you know what they get? They get back pay. It's not a punitive damages type thing. It's not something where all of a sudden the city has to shell out millions of dollars for a civil settlement. You just give them their job back if you're forced to give them their job back. So no, I don't accept that narrative for several months that my hands are tied, and basically the insinuation was I would do something if I could. Well, no, you wouldn't do something if you could, because then all of a sudden, literally the day after, you say, we got this memo out here that literally says we can't fire these officers. You fire one of the officers. So sometimes, sometimes I know you're asking legally, but sometimes we just gotta look at things from common sense. If you couldn't fire them one day and nothing changes between that day and the next day, and you can fire them, then you could have fired them the whole time.